In this video, we're taking a look at one of the best Android emulators for Windows. It's lightweight, works great on almost any PC, especially low-end systems, and delivers smooth performance while using very little of your computer's resources. The emulator we're covering today is MSI App Player, which was developed through a partnership between MSI and BlueStacks. After testing both, I found that MSI App Player actually performs better than BlueStacks in several ways. One of its biggest advantages is that it doesn't leave background processes running while you're using it or after you close it, making it much more resource efficient. To download the emulator, open your favorite web browser and search for MSI App Player. Open the official MSI website, click the download button, and the installer will start downloading automatically. Once the download is complete, extract the zip file and run the installer. If you'd like to install it in a different location, click Program Files and choose your preferred installation folder. Then click Install and the setup will begin. After the installation is finished, the main launcher will open. Click on the App Player icon at the bottom, then click on Install to install the Android engine. The process only takes a few minutes. When it's done, the emulator will launch automatically. You can close the installer window and start using the emulator. You'll notice several built-in Android apps, including the Google Play Store. Sign in with your Google account so you can download and install your favorite Android apps and games. Inside the Play Store, you'll find all the popular Android apps and games, including titles like PUBG Mobile, Free Fire, and many more. Everything runs smoothly and feels very responsive on Windows. On the right side of the emulator, you'll find all the controls you'll need, including the Recent Apps button, Home, Back, Screen Recording, Screenshots, APK installation, volume controls, and full screen mode. Now let's optimize the performance settings. Under the Performance tab, choose the number of CPU cores based on your processor. If your CPU has 4 or 6 cores, allocating 2 cores is a good balance between performance and system responsiveness. If you have a more powerful processor, you can assign 4 cores. Just make sure you don't assign more cores than your CPU actually has. On older or low-end systems, 1 core may be enough. For memory allocation, choose an amount based on your system's RAM. If your computer has 8 GB of RAM, assigning 4 GB to the emulator is a good choice. Also, set the performance mode to high performance. For the frame rate, enable high frame rate, but set the FPS to match your monitor's refresh rate. For example, if your display runs at 60 Hz, set it to 60 FPS. If you have a 144 Hz monitor, you can use 144 FPS or slightly lower if you want to reduce system load. Higher performance settings will give you smoother gameplay, but they'll also use more CPU and memory. Medium settings usually provide the best balance between speed and resource usage. Whenever you change these settings, click Save Changes to apply them. Next, let's talk about display resolution. For low-end computers, I recommend using 1280 by 720 or even 960 by 544. There's usually no benefit to setting the emulator's resolution higher than your monitor's native resolution. The DPI setting depends on your display. If you're using a lower resolution monitor, try 240 DPI. For Full HD or higher resolution displays, 320 or 480 DPI usually works well. If you notice performance drops, simply switch back to 240 DPI. You can also customize the mouse cursor to whatever feels most comfortable. For graphics, I recommend using DirectX instead of OpenGL on Windows, as it generally provides better compatibility and performance. Leave Interface Renderer to Auto and keep ASTC enabled as recommended by the developers. If your computer has a dedicated graphics card, enable the option to force the emulator to use it instead of the integrated GPU. After making any changes, save your settings and restart the emulator. In the Game Settings section, you can choose which games launch directly in full screen mode. Under Devices, you can select your preferred speakers, microphone, and webcam if you have multiple devices connected. For most users, the rest of the settings can simply be left at their default values. Now, let's look at resource usage. With the emulator configured to use 4 GB of RAM, the actual memory usage stays around 600 MB, while the CPU and GPU usage remain very low during normal operation. I tried reducing the memory allocation even further, but that came at the cost of lower performance. Based on my testing, the best overall configuration is 2 CPU cores, 4 GB of RAM, and high performance mode. One of the biggest advantages of MSI App Player is that when you close it, it completely shuts down all of its background services. Unlike many other Android emulators, it doesn't continue running hidden processes after you've exited the application. You also won't find it in Windows startup apps, which means it won't automatically launch when your computer starts, and it won't consume resources unless you're actually using it. Overall, MSI App Player is an excellent Android emulator. It offers strong performance, low resource usage, and is especially well suited for older or lower-end PCs. If you're looking for a fast, lightweight Android emulator for Windows, this is definitely one worth trying. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like and let me know your thoughts or questions in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.